Hey Ollie, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Yeah, of course you can. What's up?
What was the first thing you ate when you woke up this morning?
First thing this morning was rather boringly a cup of coffee and a glass of creatine. I'm an intermittent faster, so no food until lunch from me normally.
What's the one ingredient you'll never run out of in your kitchen?
I will never, ever, ever run out of coriander. Fun fact about coriander as well is that if you don't like coriander and it tastes like soap, you're actually technically less evolved, because everyone used to taste like soap too. And it was like a mutation that caused people to start liking coriander. So it's like you're less evolved if you don't like coriander.
How would your best mates describe you in 3 words?
Best mates describing me? Probably weird, creative, and loyal, I would say.
What's the most indulgent meal you've ever made?
Most indulgent meal I've made? I once made a blanket of melted cheese, and I used that to wrap up a burrito. So that's probably towards the higher end of the indulgent things I would make, I'd say.
What's your biggest cooking fail?
Biggest cooking fail? One time I tried to make an ostrich egg Scotch egg. Problem with ostrich eggs is the egg white basically stays raw by the time the yolk's fully cooked through, so that you've got to have a really aggressively hard-boiled egg. And like, no one wants a hard-boiled hard yolk. You want a runny yolk in a Scotch egg, so it was not very nice.
What's one kitchen gadget you swear by?
Oh, one I swear by is quite a new addition to my kitchen actually. For so many years I was trying to like squeeze all the scraps out of a lime, like drop by drop, but like a little lime juicer, you pop it in. Why does it take me this long to get a lime juicer? It's absolutely essential now. I can't go without it.
If you weren't cooking, what would you be doing?
Well, I did a maths degree, so unfortunately I'd probably be like an accountant or a maths teacher, or basically I couldn't work in an office, I couldn't deal with kids, so thankfully I'm doing food, I think.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received about cooking?
It's probably to know what you don't know. I feel like a lot of chefs and cooks have egos and they think they know everything, but the truth is food is literally infinite. So like there's so many things that you can learn and know, and techniques you can master, that like I know what I can't do. I'm good at some things, I'm terrible at others. So I feel like knowing your limits is quite a good way to get better at cooking.
Why El Burrito Monster?
It was my gamer tag as a kid. Went to Mexico a few times, got a little bit obsessed with burritos. So when I got a PlayStation for Christmas one year, I wanted to upgrade Super Ski 5 because I thought it was a little bit childish. So I settled on El Burrito Monster. Then when I downloaded like Instagram and TikTok, I was like, oh, I use my gamer tag as well. And it kind of just stuck from there.
What's one ingredient you secretly don't like?
I cannot stand canned tuna. Honestly, if you're eating it, I don't even want to sit next to you. The smell is absolutely foul. Doesn't taste very nice. Tuna steak's lovely, but canned tuna, get in the bin.
So your 3rd marathon is coming up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you looking forward to marathon number 3?
I am actually like a 10 in terms of excitement. It's my first like home country, like full city marathon. Like I've never done like a proper big one before. That's in the UK. So like there'll be like loads of people I know probably spectating, I hope. And nothing cheers you on better than when you're at like mile 20 and someone goes, hey burrito guy, let's go. And that will just spur me on and hopefully I'll get a PR.
What's the toughest race you've run so far?
Toughest race so far has to be Lisbon Marathon. I was 3 weeks out from my first ever marathon. My legs were gone, my head was gone, my breathing was gone. It was 25 degrees and 95% humidity, and like it absolutely wrecked me.
What are your most worn trainers?
Most worn trainers, I would have to say, probably my Brooks GTS 23s. They're a really good ankle support shoe for when you're clocking like some big kilometers. Like they just hold up really nicely, and I've probably run about 1,000 kilometers of them so far, and they're still holding up fine. So, you know, they work well as a training shoe, I'd say.
What will you listen to on race day?
Oh, race day, it's got to be my hype running playlist. It's a combination of various songs, but there's lots of like Imagine Dragons on there, and like nothing hypes you up more than like wake me up, believer. There's that, but maybe by about like mile 20, I'll probably need to put on like some David Goggins podcast and be like, if you are lying in the sea at 3 degrees, you are a man. And you're like, damn, I got to run faster.
What's your ultimate pre-run meal?
Pre-run meal, I find the most gut neutral carbs I can eat is like just like plain pesto pasta. It's not the tastiest thing. I'd rather have a burrito, but sort of to guarantee digestive success on race day, some concessions have to be made. What's
the weirdest thing you've ever eaten mid-run?
I made the terrible mistake of trying to eat some Scotch bonnet biryani mini burritos partway through the Manchester half marathon with my sister. And let's just say, luckily I wasn't going for a PR that day because the heartburn was quite immense.
Are you a morning or an evening runner?
Always an evening runner, not a morning person. My body and mind, they don't wake up till about sort of lunchtime, so yeah, evening every day of the week.
What's your post-run feast?
Post-run feast? Well, I've got so many frozen half burritos in my freezer now that before I go out, bang it in the oven on a really low temperature. By the time I'm back, it's warm, it's tasty, it's ready to eat. So it's probably a frozen half burrito.
Long run or tempo run?
Tempo run. I feel like long runs, they're a big time commitment, and who's got that much time on their hands nowadays? I love going out for a little pacey 5K and just sending it, and then 20 minutes and you're done and you can get in the shower and relax.
What's your unpopular running opinion?
If you're running less than sort of 15K, you don't need a vest and you don't need water. Have your phone on you, go out for a run. Worst case scenario, you get really thirsty, you can stop at a shop and buy a bottle of water, but you'll probably be all right. And why have to carry the extra weight? Let your body be free, move.
What's your advice for someone who wants to balance hearty meals and long runs?
Probably leave things like pizza burritos until you're back from your run. Go and run when you're hungry, have something really nice to get back to you when you get home.
Is there anything you love more than burritos?
Tandoori chicken madras, garlic naan, garlic chili fish tikka, all the sides with the poppadoms and dips with some cold beers with the boys on a Friday night. Nothing beats it.
Can you tell us a weird food combination that you love?
I'll tell you what, hummus, topped with a bit of hot sauce, dip a pork pie into it from the fridge, like fridge cold pork pie, hot sauce hummus, delicious, but don't have any pork pies at the moment, so chicken breast will have to do, unfortunately.
If you could cook for any celebrity, who would it be?
I think Henry Cavill will be a really fun celebrity to cook for. I feel like he's cool, he's hench, he's a massive nerd, so we can just like chat and geek out about like fantasy stuff and like Warhammer. But yeah, Henry Cavill's got to be.
What's one food you'd happily eat every day for the rest of your life?
Tandoori chicken is a pretty good everyday food, I feel. It's quite healthy, it's lean, it's high in protein, but also tasty as hell, nice and spicy. Like just the perfect goes with anything sort of dish.
What's the first thing you'll do when you cross the finish line at the marathon?
Probably eat a pizza burrito, but I'm going for a run now, so I can't eat this, so that's for you. See you later.